Welcome to Saturday versus Sunday. I'm John Barban, and finally, the Shedeur Sanders sweepstakes is over, and the Browns took him at pick 144 in the 5th round. And interestingly, that's the second QB they took. They took Dillon Gabriel in the 3rd round. And so the team everyone was complaining about or speculating or wondering why they passed on him, they got him anyways. The Browns got him anyways, and they got him way, way cheaper. So his reaction didn't seem like he was all that upset. It's this there's this is what I said yesterday. It's like, so what? As long as he gets drafted and as long as he gets a chance, that's all that matters. The NFL broadcast, like I said, was just unbearable how much they were leaning into this. And it's disrespectful. Well, the same team you were hoping would take him and then were chastising, wondering why is it disrespectful. They took him anyways, and they got him for way cheaper. And in place of using their 1st round pick on him, they got the best D lineman, D tackle in the draft, Mason Graham. So, I mean, that's just smart. That's just smart management by the Browns. They got the player that everyone thought might have been the 2nd quarterback anyways, and they got him in the 5th round. So this is just smart management as far as I'm concerned. Also, the overall Browns draft class so far, again, we don't know how any of these guys are going to turn out, but if we just speak in terms of how they seem at this point, I think Mason Graham was a stud pick at number 5 overall, and we never know, but if there's someone who looks like it's close to a can't miss, he's one of them. Schwessinger, the linebacker from UCLA, he's really good too. I don't know if he was on too many people's radars, but I mean, he's a stud. So I think hopefully he'll translate. Same with Quinshon Judkins. Like, a lot of people thought he was one of the best backs you could get in this draft, so they got him too. Even Fannin Jr., the tight end, like these are all highly rated playmaker type players that now him and Dillon Gabriel will be able to have a legitimate, healthy QB competition, because I don't think it's Kenny Pickett and it's not going to be Joe Flacco, and Watson's just out of the picture. So I think they're probably going into this knowing it's the two of them competing for maybe even number 1 and number 2. Like, I don't think the fans want to see Flacco anymore. I mean, I wouldn't if I was a Browns fan. And Pickett, we've already seen Pickett try in the NFL. I suppose it's going to be a QB battle between Pickett, Gabriel, and Sanders. I mean, I'm assuming Flacco's there just as a veteran presence and maybe a for sure backup. I mean, I just don't know that you can roll Flacco out again. The fans are just going to be, what do you think you're doing here? Like, we just signed Garrett. We've just made a splash with these 2 QB picks. You can't roll Flacco out there. That's just admitting to the fans you're not taking this seriously as a team moving forward. Like, he isn't the future. And I highly doubt Myles Garrett will be thrilled about re-signing just to have, he's just a retread like Flacco back in there. I think people want to be excited about the future. And a lot of these picks, they look good. Dylan Sampson, I mean, he's a stud too. Like, this is a good class so far. I mean, there's the defense, the Browns defense was all there, and they even bolstered the defense. But now they've got a lot of weapons on offense here that either of these quarterbacks should benefit. Any of these quarterbacks should benefit from having all of these new weapons. So I don't know. I like this draft so far for them. And maybe some people think this is strange that they took 2 QBs. But does anyone think the 3 QBs on the Browns, does anyone think any of them are actually the future? Like, Browns fans, you actually excited about Kenny Pickett? I'm sure that's a no. And Flacco's not the future. And Deshaun Watson, that's done. And this is brilliant because Gabriel, their combined contracts, I got a note here. Gabriel's is projected to be $6 million over 4 years, and then Sanders is $4-something million. So you've gotten Gabriel's like the most experienced QB in college. He's got 65 starts, all of them at the FBS level, and he's won everywhere he's gone. Sanders, same thing. He's even between Jackson State and Colorado. He's got 4 years, lots of starts. Maybe not quite at the competition Gabriel's been playing against, but between these two guys, that's a ton of starts under their belt. They've just played a lot of football as compared to really high risk people, like when the Bears took Trubisky after only starting for 1 year, or more recently the Colts took Richardson after only starting for 1 year, and that's looking like he should have stayed a lot longer in college. And then if you want to compare having a lot of experience like these two, Bo Nix started, he's right up there with Gabriel with the most starts ever, and he turned out pretty good. And he developed, if you paid attention to him last year, he developed a lot just throughout the year itself. And obviously they made the playoffs. So the Broncos with Nix. So both of these guys are kind of in the Nix mold a little bit with a ton of college starts. So obviously there's still plenty more to go. They still have to develop into, if they can develop to the point of actually competing at the NFL level. But this is two potential. This is two of the only 6 or 7 QBs available this year that anyone thought had any real something to them, and you get them both for $10 million. Like and this is on a team that has destroyed their financial situation with the Deshaun Watson deal. So you kind of had to do your next quarterback thing on the cheap, and they've got two potential chances at what I think either of these guys could work out. They could both work out. Maybe they both work out. One of them ends up starting on another team, and one of them starts for the Browns. But I don't see anything wrong with this. And for all of the controversy about Sanders, well, you got him anyways. So, I mean, and you got him way, way, way cheaper than if you took him early. And by doing this, you ended up with what I think is the best defensive lineman in the whole draft. So, I don't know. The whole thing seemed to work out. If Cleveland fans, let me know what you think. Now, I mean, this team now is, if this is must-watch television now, these guys. I mean, with this QB room, I really hope it does come down to Gabriel and Sanders, and with those two running backs. I mean, this team's going to be fun to watch. I just hope it's not. I just hope it's not Flacco. I mean, I know that I know that he led them to the playoffs a couple of years ago, and he actually stepped in quite admirably in for the Colts. But just fans don't want to see an old retread guy who's just not the future. This just isn't. And I don't think anyone cares about Kenny Pickett there either. I mean, I know we've had some examples of players who floundered and then finally found their way, like Sam Darnold. You know, it took him a number of years here where people thought, he's just not going to make it. And then he had his breakout season last year. We'll see if that holds. I guess Geno Smith is a little bit in that mold. I'm not convinced he's the actual future in Las Vegas, but he's definitely had the career path of seemed like it wasn't going to make it, seemed like a career backup, and now he's quite a solid, I guess, NFL starter, if you want to say it that way. And then Baker Mayfield, maybe I think he's got much higher potential than Kenny Pickett, but Mayfield started off with a lot of fanfare, then it seemed to flounder, but now he's back. But I don't think Pickett was ever at Mayfield's level. So at least there's a couple of examples of somebody in Pickett's position where he started, then he's not a starter anymore, and he's on a different team, and can he recapture that? Stefanski's a great offensive coach, and if someone's going to get production out of quarterbacks, I think Stefanski's one of the ones who's proven he can do it. So this is a good landing spot for Sanders and Gabriel. So I don't know, man. This is. I mean, this podcast is all about entertainment, like just what we find fun in football with college and pro. I mean, obviously the Browns get the shirt today for this kind of splashy move here. So, I mean, they're must-watch TV, and I just can't wait to see how this is going to unfold. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Catch you later.